Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Ms. McCarthy, you'd recently stated on August 13th that we're going to be fully accountable for this in a transparent way.
Yes, sir.
That was your quote. Just as a follow-up, we'd sent a letter to you on August 15th, signed by 29 other members, listing out specific questions regarding the spill. When can we expect an answer? You have yet to respond.
I will. I'm sorry. When did you say you sent that?
August 15th.
Okay, I will double check and we'll get you a tentative date. And
No, that'll be great. Mr. Westerman, Mr. Pierce, you're citing you're going to get back to people. I think that's a lot of frustration of the committee work. We hear we'll get back to you, but
well, sir, I haven't seen it, and I don't want to give you a date that then I didn't have to explain away because.
Well, terrific. Well, if you can get back to us on that, we would appreciate it.
Mm-hmm.
In regards to transparency, you said that the EPA was examining different sites that could suffer an EPA meltdown, as we saw at the Gold King mine. You've identified 10 different now, but that did not come forward until such time as there was an AP report. How's that feeding in with transparency?
I'm sorry, I don't exactly know the context in which you're referring to.
Well, the context of the question is you've identified 10 mines that have the potential to be able to have a spill.
No, what we did was, when this happened, I issued a memo to put a hiatus on all mining operations that mining recovery or what's the word I'm looking for? Cleanups that we were involved in. And as a result of that, those cleanups stopped, and we have identified 10 that look similar to this.
Are you revealing the locations of all these mines?
Say it again?
Are you revealing the locations of all the mines?
If folks want to have that was, I think the states were revealed, and they may have
we have in the AP report,
well.
one of the mines was a standard mine near Crested Butte in Colorado, which is in my district. Is that information correct, that is one of the suspect mines?
I do not know, sir, but I can go back and take a look.
Okay, well, we'd appreciate having the follow-up on that. And what about districts, other than mine, but other members on this committee? Do you feel that it's going to be important to be able to reach out and give that notification in advance of potential spill areas, just as we saw at the Gold King mine, to let people know in these districts?
Yeah. The Gold King mine was raised to us rather than the other way around. We got it involved, is my understanding, because there was identified to be a blowout problem. And so we'll continue to work cooperatively, and there was no secrets here. That work was being done in a very transparent and publicly accessible way.
I'd like to change gears just a little bit here. I would like to know, how many mining engineers does the EPA employ?
I can't answer that right now, sir. But
do you know if there are any? You don't have to give me a specific number. Do you?
I know we have a mining team, a national mining team that works on these issues, and I know that we work on
the team, do you have any
sites.
engineers?
I do not know, sir.
You don't know. Can you get back to us on that?
Yes, sir.
Okay. You know, you've cited a number of times that you work with a lot of people with a lot of expertise in this area. And I think a lot of the concern that we see is just given some of the protocols that you put into place when we want to be able to juxtapose this to a private company that is meeting rigid standards, that your organization puts together those standards. When you, through the document dump that came out about 2 weeks ago on a Friday, cited that there was a potential for a blowout at the Gold King mine, why was there no effort to be able to determine how much water had actually backed up? Well, if we're talking about having the expertise.
Well, I'd have to go back and identify what both Colorado and EPA were basing their judgments on, but it was a concern of the entire community, including the Animas River stakeholder group.
It was a concern. I'm just trying really to get to the point of prudency in terms of your position on it. It's your job. You're the one that's setting this up.
Well,
when we were looking through your documents saying that there was a potential for a blowout at the Gold King mine,
that's why we were there.
Would it have been prudent to have measured how much water is behind the wall that was built up?
Well, that's one of the issues is, did we take all the prudent steps we needed to, and that's what the Department of the Interior is going to be able to help inform.
Can you understand some of the frustration, the position that you put yourself in as being the enforcers, the experts in the field, and you're saying, this is a mystery. We're having now to look back and see what went wrong. You know, this is in my district.
Yes, sir.
I've talked to engineers, miners that work in that area. They would have not have proceeded the way that the EPA did. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you.